And we are pleased to have us within our next couple of segments, Sue Sontgerath, who is from WPI. Welcome, Sue.
Thank you very much for having me.
And you've got a unique title, Director of Pre-Collegiate Outreach. And I think you're going to tell us a little bit about that, but I think it kind of speaks to WPI's commitment in a lot of different ways to their community on campus, but beyond.
Right, exactly. So this is something, as an alum of WPI, I'm really proud about their commitment to reaching out to kids. And I think a lot of times pre-collegiate sounds kind of like a lofty title, but really getting younger kids excited about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and getting them involved in those STEM fields and engaged in those fields early is very important. And so WPI has made a really strong commitment to that through offering programs not only in the summer but throughout the academic year for students and their families in some cases to let them explore different STEM disciplines and do that on our campus and use our facilities.
Yeah, and I want to get into those kind of maybe specifics in a moment, but it sounds like your resume is uniquely qualified to allow you to do this work, and you know, for Worcester and Central Mass retaining people who maybe not originally from Worcester or Central Mass, your great story, not only a graduate of WPI with an engineering degree in mechanical, engineering, but also a graduate of Worcester State with a master's in education.
Right.
So you've blended two great schools and two great careers.
Exactly. And you know, both have afforded me great opportunities. I'm still able to use my engineering background, but also the education degree that I received at Worcester State has been so valuable in developing and delivering curriculum to the kids to get them excited about STEM.
And so we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about a program that WPI has been involved with now for a number of years, Touch Tomorrow, and affiliated with NASA. But just to go back, you know, to what we were talking about a moment ago about some of the programs that WPI is doing year-round for students, prospective students, not just for WPI, but just trying to generate interest for students and their families. I mean, maybe you could describe some of those programs.
Sure, I'd love to. And I think that's an important point you make, Tim, that, you know, when we do these pipeline programs, certainly we hope that a few of those students come to WPI, but our main motivation is to get all students excited about STEM wherever they land. So one of the programs that I think has been great for the city and great for both the Worcester Public School System as well as community-based organizations in the city is a program called Middle School Tours. And in that program, teachers or mentors for community-based organizations can bring a group of students, up to 40 students, to campus, and the students will actually hear a presentation on a science or engineering topic from our undergraduate students. They'll participate in a hands-on activity, and then they will have a presentation on early college readiness. So thinking a little bit already as a middle school student, what do I need to do to get ready for college and for a STEM career, if that's what I'm interested in. Then they get a tour of campus, and probably their favorite part, they get to eat in the dining hall.
Oh, yeah. My daughters love, when they've done their soccer camp or other camps, they love the dining room.
So we've partnered with about, probably 40, 50 different organizations, and we're able to bring about 800 students to campus through that program every year.
And I assume it's by design that it's not necessarily a professor talking to these, you know, middle school students. It's actually someone who's relatively close in age, a student at WPI.
We know that mentoring is very important in terms of engaging students in STEM and getting them excited about it. And so the more often that the students can see a like age role model, you know, I look like a mom, but when you have a college student in front of them, it's very exciting to them. They can see themselves in that role. So that's
and it's kind of it is consistent with the way that WPI has always taught on its CREST theory and practice.
Exactly.
And, you know, and I think that's one of the reasons why WPI students, graduates are so in demand, because they not only know the academic theory behind things, but they also know real-world applications.
Right. It's very important that to us that project-based learning comes through in everything that we do. So we really try to emphasize that with the younger students that come to our campus, and also to really show engineering and science in the light of how they can make a difference in the world. So a lot of the activities that we design are designed to show that scientists and engineers, you know, we sometimes have a little bit of a bad reputation out there that we're sitting in a cubicle somewhere. Right. So really that ability to show how science and engineering can make a difference in people's lives is important.
And just, you know, from your kind of unique kind of bio in a sense of mechanical engineering degree from WPI, master's in education, I mean, WPI's approach, project-based learning, as you described it, we're also getting a lot of feedback and information on you know, how our Voc Tech schools in a similar way, theory and practice, hands-on in the academic. I mean, do you see that as a trend? And as someone who's been in education or studied education, I mean, do you see that as being the way we should be going?
I think definitely inquiry-based learning, project-based learning is a way that we should be going. I think WPI has been a leader in that field. One of the things that we have going on now that's pretty exciting is we have an institute on project-based learning where other faculty are coming from around the country and around the world, really, to learn about how we teach in this method, and that's been fantastic for.
And part of those programs that you run is this annual partnership with NASA.
Right.
Touch Tomorrow, and the NASA partnership has grown with the fairly new president, Lori Leshin, you know, having worked at NASA. You've been involved with companies that worked at NASA? Do work for
I
it?
actually, in my own personal life, yeah. So in my career, in my previous career as an engineer, I was able to work with what was Hamilton Standard at the time, so systems for the space shuttle, which was fun. Got to see the first space shuttle launch after the Challenger disaster. So really having that come full circle and being able to work in this respect has been quite interesting for me.
Right,
So.
and we're going to tease people to force them to come back for our third segment, but Touch Tomorrow.
June 10th.
June 10th.
Rain or shine, free family festival.
And all day?
All day, 10 to 4, so really all day, and we'll have folks coming in all day. We have lots of folks pre-registered.
We've been talking about STEM and all the work that WPI does year-round as it relates to student outreach and trying to expose young people to careers in science, technology, engineering, and math and get them excited about that.
Absolutely.
Middle school outreach. But one program now, which has become a signature program for WPI, Touch Tomorrow.
Right.
So,
fantastic program.
So 6th year coming up, I think we said before the break, July 10th from 10
June 10th.
June 10th. June 10th.
June 10th.
June 10th. June 10th. We don't want anyone showing up other than June 10th from 10 to 4. But so for kids and families, what can they, if they haven't been, what can they expect?
It's really, Tim, my favorite day on campus at WPI. I mean, they can expect a true festival atmosphere. So it's a free day. Families actually come and end up spending the whole day with us, and they have opportunities to explore so many different aspects of science and engineering. They are going to be able to participate in lots of hands-on activities. They're going to be able to work with our faculty, see some of the actual research that's happening in the labs with our faculty on campus. They're going to be able to interact with a lot of different external exhibitors that we have to campus. So just a lot of fun for everyone.
And so some of those things, you know, WPI robotics.
Right.
So students will be able to see and participate and
Sure.
and kids will get their hands-on involved in the way you describe with things like that, 3D printers.
So yeah, absolutely. So for example, one of the faculty exhibits that will be going on is called Biorobots, and that will give students the opportunity to look at a robotic hand that can actually be controlled by the mind. So they'll be taking a look at that. They'll be able to try it out and see that. They can tour our robotics labs, which are state-of-the-art robotics labs. Some great opportunity. One of our faculty, Glenn Gaudette, has been in the news quite a bit for his spinach sleeve experiments, where he's actually developed a technique to grow heart cells on a spinach sleeve using the vascular structure of the leaf. So, and they will have the opportunity to get into Glenn's lab and see his research right up close and personal. So.
Glenn's got a great personality.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure
does.
will get the young people, kids excited.
Yeah, he's committed to doing that. So that's a great, I mean, and that's one of the things that's exciting for me is really this is a campus-wide effort. So we have hundreds of staff and faculty volunteers who will be participating to make this available to the thousands of people that'll be there.
And you know this better than I do, being a mom and having been in education, but you know, students and young people from the earliest age, they like to kind of build things and create things. Right. And a lot of this day is focused on that. And one of the cool technologies that have come about that is transforming manufacturing, robotics, are these 3D printers, and people can kind of see things being made in action and help make them. They're going to be there as well.
Right. We'll have some 3D printing going on through our mechanical engineering department. So the opportunity to kind of see on a computer screen how you develop a product or a design and then how that can be printed. out of the different materials that are available in 3D printing. So, that'll be an option as well.
So on June 10th, the people show up. Can they register? How would you suggest?
So yeah, absolutely. They can pre-register. We already have about 6,700 people pre-registered.
Wow.
So we're expecting a big crowd this year. The easiest way is probably to go to the WPI website, wpi.edu, and it's right at the top of our homepage. That will take them to the Touch Tomorrow page. They can register there, and then there's also an app that they can download. So they can download the app to their smartphones or tablets, get excited about all the different hands-on activities that are available, and plan their day if they want to do that. So there are a lot of opportunities to get involved.
And a great event for the city and the region, bringing people into the region, into the downtown and neighborhood around. So hopefully a good day for restaurants and businesses and shops.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're excited because we have partnerships with some of the restaurants and shops in the area, and there are special Touch Tomorrow offers that are going on at some of the local restaurants. So folks who are coming to enjoy campus for the day can also take advantage of some of those special offers in the local businesses.
And you mentioned that a lot of the WPI students, faculty kind of showcasing in a hands-on way, but also some external partners, companies like GE, others.
Right, we have GE, we have the David Clark Company
here in Worcester,
right here in
making
Worcester,
spacesuits.
Making spacesuits. We have the Natick Labs is involved as well, and some of our nonprofit partners as well. The Ecotarium will be there, the Worcester Art Museum, the Worcester Historical Society. So it's really become a community-wide event. So that's very exciting. One of the other things that we're excited about is WGBH will be there as well, and they will have their PBS web series Design Squad there.
That's great.
Doing a hands-on engineering competition.
Good, some further exposure. Well, we're excited. WPI's Touch Tomorrow, 6th annual, coming on June 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
And I want to thank Suzanne Sontgerath for joining us, the Director of Pre-Collegiate Outreach at WPI. And thanks for being such a great guest.
Thanks. Hopefully we'll see everyone there.